Hey Geminis, this is Hal for HES Ultimage, and this is your divination forecast for the month of April. Hey guys, you are my last April video, and they have been extra long videos. So I'm going to be glad when I can go back to moving forward into May with just the normal format. But considering that people had quite a few questions about why were the March videos so short, and also what the hell happened to all the videos on my channel, I'm going to be giving you a lot of updates, also since I didn't give you any updates in March about everything with my progress and things I've been working on and new things that are coming, etc. So if you don't feel like listening to this stuff, you can just fast forward to when I'm holding up the cards, and naturally you'll know by kind of flipping around, scrubbing around a little bit when the reading begins. So totally up to you. I won't know the difference, so your call. Okay, so to begin, why were the videos so short in March, and also what happened to all the videos? So during that period, as I mentioned in March, I was having kind of a rough time. During that period, towards the end of February into early March, I was going through, well, some of greater February, really. I was beginning to go through a spiritual ascension, which is the evolution of a person's spiritual and or intuitive gifts. And it was kind of an overload of energy and an overload of power. And it was intense as anything. My joking way of wording it is I was like Phoenix from X-Men, where she goes, "I am Phoenix," and then just like burns everything to the ground and then collapses on herself. That's the energy of what I was going through. And through the process, I learned now I can actually intuit spirit and entities through my physical body, like through the actual inside of my physical body. Like before, as an energy medium, I could just feel spirit externally through vibration. And still get messages in my mind with like pictures of cards, other things like that, and always had claircognizance. But this was literally embodying messages from spirit or entities through my physical body, like a medium or a channeler. Because then I also learned automatic writing and could actually receive letters being drawn inside of my mind through the sensation of touch, which was very new for me. Okay, because I had until that point not done anything like that before and was completely unfamiliar with just how far my abilities were expanding to the point that it was completely unprecedented and I didn't know what to do. Because basically what happened was, it was kind of like a party train, and a bunch of different entities and kind of spiritual channels, hooks, whatever, started latching onto me, so I couldn't even tell where I was getting the information from anymore. Like, my general guidance was kind of being like, it was kind of like you're trying to listen to like 5 radio stations at the same time. Like, I couldn't tell where the information was coming from, and it was getting me really confused and bugged out. So during that period, with the taking down the videos, it's kind of like, it seemed like a good idea at the time. But ultimately, I did get rid of 2 major only decks that no longer felt like me. So I got rid of those. I got many new decks, which you're going to get to enjoy today. I've got 3 new ones here that you're going to get to see because, I love mixing my decks, and that's one of the unique things that I do. But anyhow, so that's what happened with the removed videos. I was washing out all that old energy that included those old decks and some of that other stuff. And, now we're going to push into the new energy. So I'm going to remove March, but from April onward, we're building the channel back up, okay, guys? So no, you won't have to worry about me continually taking videos down. Had to clear out that past stuff. April's the push into the new energy, next 2 decades, etc. I mean, it kind of began in February, but that was when all the crisis and crazy stuff happened. March was kind of more about healing. April's the push into new energy. Everybody is getting this. Some people are getting some people are still stepping out of the challenging energy in April, but very few, like 2 signs. I think Leo and Virgo had some lingering, challenge energy left, but really most signs are just over it and ready to move on with their lives, which is fabulous because we all need that. Okay, other quick thing was during the period of my spiritual ascension, during the 1 week when my energy was just totally tanking, because like I was overusing my energy, I was getting too much information. The first time it felt like my body was on fire, and I had to revive myself from the ashes of that. And then the second time, it felt like my heart was being stabbed repetitively. Yeah, fun stuff, that spiritual ascension. Assuming those were spiritual death, but since I never felt that before, can't confirm or deny that one. It's like, I feel like I'm gonna get a comment like, spiritual death is different. I don't know. I don't know. I've never read any kind of articles about it, but it felt like dying, so that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Anyhow, though, during that period, I refunded about a week's worth of readings. And to those people, I just want to say, I would have loved to read for you, but I believe very strongly in the ethics of what I do. And I could not have, in good conscience, done a reading for you during that period, knowing that my energy was going haywire and I was like half the time I felt dead. And then, then the overload of different information from different sources. So I did refund those readings. Um, Obviously, now I'm back to 100% and better, as you can see, because I'm going to be making my bad jokes again. That's how you always know that I'm better. But anyhow, so to those people, I do apologize that I had to, refund your readings. But I would rather give your money back than do a reading for you that was anything less than what you deserve. So obviously, if you ever do want to get a reading from me again, because I know that I do readings in ways that other people would never do them, um, between the types of spreads I use that are all self-made and custom spreads that most people don't even know how to do, and all of that other stuff, and my level of commitment to being clear about things and not bullshitting and not trying to be safe. I know that I'm unique in that way. So I mean, I would still be happy to read for you whenever you'd like that, if that would be your choice. But yeah, I just wanted to say again that I'm sorry I had to do that, but I was in no place at that point to do those particular readings. Anybody else around that time period was A-okay. I would never send anything out that I didn't feel confident in. All right. Other quick updates. Birthday just passed, March the 20th. Got to spend it with my family, visiting my brother in Colorado, so that was great. Was feeling good by then. I finished all my cleansing because I was very fortunate to have a friend that helped me through that period, and she told me what I needed to do to get my body unlocked since all my chakras got all messed up and stuff, and to cleanse out any kind of entities that I didn't want and all that other good stuff. So yeah, I actually got to enjoy that period. So I am so ready to be like, ready to work again and put things into action because I'm thinking I might kick up May really early. That's the plan. All right. Going into a completely other area. Again, if you don't want to listen to this, that's A-okay. You can fast forward, whatevs. Um, for the people who have been watching my channel for a while, or if you had a personal reading about business, you might have learned about this. Before I did this work, I actually guess it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, was planning a comic company, and that was all I ate, slept, and breathed during that period. I was doing this work for myself privately and sharing it with very close friends, but that was it. Like, this was before I was doing this for work, and which happily I never got to report this officially, but this is my full-time job now, so thank you all so much for your support for that. But anyhow, going back to the comic company, upon the year's anniversary of that venture, my artist left me, and she just, you know, wanted to be a student, wanted to be a young girl. She was in college. She was very ambitious, but changed her mind and didn't feel secure about her skills anymore. But meanwhile, during that time, I registered my company with the government. I still have that company. It's not functioning, but I have it. It's Destiny Line Comics. And within that period, I got merchandise. And one of the pieces of merchandise were these beautiful silicone and steel bracelets that I had imported from China, made to my exact specifications from a small company that used quality materials and catered to my needs to the greatest degree of attentiveness and detail. I was amazed by the experience. They were fantastic. And I don't care if, you know, people say manufacturing from China gets a bad rep, whatever. This company was phenomenal. They created a brilliant product, and they exceeded all of my expectations when it came to customer service. Just saying. But anyhow, so before I was just going to kind of hold them around until the comic company was ready, because I'm stubborn, because I've got tons of planets in Taurus and Capricorn. But I finally decided, after I realized by talking with a friend, that they're actually, they have these bioelements that actually help balance your ions. And when I got the bracelets, I didn't even care about that. I just thought it was a fun bonus, you know? I just thought the bracelets were really cool. But seeing about that bioelement thing, I actually saw this is actually relevant to what I'm doing now with, you know, working on those good vibes. So I'm going to offer them through my website. Yeah, and they would be mailed to you. I'm not going to send them to you through osmosis, you know, or telepathically or through an email like I knew my readings. Like, they would actually be mailed to your physical address. So I'm going to show you those bracelets now. And again, my exact specifications, these are custom made. And one of my things was that they're multicolor metals, so here we go. Black metal is light blue and red, okay? Then silver tone metal, dark blue, black, and green. Okay, see that high shine, that high polish? They polish it more than anybody else. Okay. Then gold tone metal. Violet, my personal favorite. Orange. Okay. And yellow. All right. And just so you can see them, those are the bioelements. So there's germanium, tourmaline, far infrared ray, and then one more that I'm forgetting. But I'll probably put it on the website after I do that little tiny extra bit of research that I forgot about. It's funny, because if you go to the earlier videos, I could only remember 2 of the bioelements. Now I can remember 3. That last one, forgot it for some reason. It's been a long time. I ordered these like a year ago. Yeah, legit, a full year ago. Yeah. But anyhow, so if you think they look cool and you're interested, then go ahead and get one, because they are really cool. They're really awesome. Fully adjustable. If you have a teeny tiny wrist like I do, it'll fit you. And if you've got a giant wrist like my bestie, it'll fit you too. We both tried it on. It's super comfortable. It feels good. The ionic thing, you know, with the bioelements feels good. And they're just really cool bracelets. And that was the other funny coincidence. My branding colors were prism colors, and they're coincidentally the colors of the 7 chakras. And the one other thing, the logo is laser printed onto the metal. So this was the company logo. It's an inkstone with lines coming out of it. The inkstone represents the stake that we hold in our own future and our own destiny, because we do get that ability to make a choice, which I normally call the human element for those who have been following me for a long time. The lines representing everything that we can anticipate, everything that stems from those choices. All right, so that's what that means. Because once you get it home, you're gonna be like, "What does that mean?" That's what it means, and I'll put it on the website too, just to make it complete. But anyhow, springboarding off of that really quick. Don't worry, we're almost there. If you're an artist of considerable talent and ability, or know somebody that is, I am looking for a collaborator to help make this comic thing happen. I'm a writer. I'm a fantasy writer, a very progressive one. I am not traditional at all. I like creating things that are original and unique and, stimulating and entertaining and fun, but still with a sense of actual purpose and depth. And yeah, I've been really determined to do this, and I've been a passionate writer my whole life, as much as I was always attracted to doing this work my whole life. And now that this is my full-time job, I actually have the luxury of time to try and make this other thing work as well. So if you would be interested in contacting me, please do so through YouTube or through my website. Link is below, as per usual. And just fill out a contact form, or again, just Facebook message. Sorry, not Facebook. I don't use Facebook. YouTube message me, and then we can see about maybe hitting some stuff around. And obviously, I would provide you with the stories to see if it would be of interest to you. But yeah, I'm definitely still trying to make that work, and I think it's time to start trying again. Alrighty. Last thing I promise. So videos will be back to the regular length. I might start bringing back some weeklies. I'm not going to do them regularly, but if I feel that a particular week feels lighter and I'm like, oh, I've got time to do this, or if a week feels like it's really heavy and I'm like, oh, I think we need a message, then I might do it then. So know that weeklies might be popping up again. So if you're like subscribed, you'll just see it pop up, I guess, through your feed. And if you're not, but you just happen to be like checking in and out, then you might just get a surprise and be like, oh my God, there's a weekly here. Let me watch it. And for those who didn't see them, I did it for every single sign. So yeah, that's the only way I do weeklies. I don't bullshit it and be like, oh, well, this is for just like everyone or whatever. Sorry, I don't want to say that. Like there's nothing wrong with doing a general reading for everybody for a week, but that's just not what I do. So if I do weeklies, it's for all 12 signs, okay? Just the way I work. All right. Okay, so like I wouldn't do it any other way, trust me. All right, and also last thing, I do hope to rebuild the educational or philosophical videos on the channel. I had some crystal meditation videos. Those went down when I took down everything else. I am going to redo them, because also that way then I can make it open to everybody, since the first ones have some explicit language, which is the F word. That's the only time I self-censor. So once I redo that, then everybody will have that as a resource, which I do think is very important. Okay. All right. Get into the reading. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys. So for Geminis in April, your general energy is a cycle. So before we get into the classic set, you've got a cycle. Oh, such great energy. Oh, you got one of my favorite cards from this new deck. Okay. Dragon Magic, Good Fortune, is the first part of the cycle. And now I know you're living the dream with what everybody else is moving into that great energy in April. Sananda, Mastery, is my favorite one from the new deck. So here we go. Dragon Magic, Good Fortune, pretty self-explanatory. Great energy, good fortune, good abundance, moving forward, progress towards everything. The reason it's happening is because you're doing overcoming. This represents the energy of ascension, overcoming, transcendence, etc. This is what this whole period's been about. Between the areas of February into March, most people have gone through some very intense emotional, psychological, or spiritual crisis, and or major hurdles or major upheavals. So now, you know, through your process of April, the cycle of, you know, overcoming and reward coming hand in hand and repeating themselves in that cycle is what it's all about. Okay, energy surrounding you for this month. Exactly what I was just saying. Maitreya, wisdom of the ages. This represents the idea of deeper wisdom, deeper knowledge, knowledge that runs so deep that it really is pretty spiritual. And it's also the idea of understanding deep learning through experience. Okay, I don't even think I have to hit that much harder. It's exactly what I was just saying. Energy you're bringing. Geminis, you're going to have such an awesome month. I feel like this is going to be shorter, and you're going to be like, damn it, I thought he said the videos are longer again. You guys are getting it straight through. The light field is energy you're bringing. That means you're going to be able to perceive the higher visions for your life. Sorry, the glare in this room gets really... These cards are very well laminated. But anyhow, the light field, it has to do with your ability to perceive the greater vision for your life, greater opportunities. Your eyes are going to be open to a lot of better opportunities, I think, because of this process you've gone through, and because now you're going to be rewarded for having overcome some obstacles and hardships. This is for a lot of people, but quite literally it's showing you being rewarded for the overcoming, for April no less. Like April specifically. All right. Reflection. Oh, you guys are going to be like, damn you, Hal. Why are your cards always so perfect? Give me a second because I got the last set, and then I'm going to tell you why. Oh, you got one of my favorites from the other deck. Okay. Even though I have like 10 favorites from the other deck. All right. There's 70 cards. Give me a break. Okay. Reflection. Blue Earth Angel. Higher vibration. What was I just saying about the whole overcoming energy and stuff and being awakened into new energy? Wasn't I talking about this in February too? Yes, I was. I'm not sure if I did in your video, but in a lot of the other ones I did, particularly Pisces and Aquarius. But we're moving into a new age, and I've said this a million times. Next 2 decades are going to be all about honoring our deeper soul's intention, honoring our programming when it comes to what our real destiny is. It used to be that you could sidestep it and just, you know, do something else and it could still work. You know, it's the example of someone who, like, you know, maybe they wanted to be, you know, like a dancer or something, but they decided to be a dentist or something because it made more money. Before, that approach would have worked, and now it's not going to work so well anymore. So, like, you want to make sure that whatever you're going for in life, even with relationships and everything like that, that you don't have ulterior motives and that you're really honoring what's true to who you are. Okay? And I'm sorry if that was I don't know how that would ever be a direct example for someone's life, but in case it is, it's just an example, people, okay? But it's the idea that that approach, if somebody's starting off in their life or trying to carry into a new career, that approach isn't going to work so well anymore, okay, guys? So really tap into your programming. I think it's going to make it a lot easier for you to, you know, get good opportunities and perceive them. But I mean, seeing light field and the energy you're bringing shows me you'll be perceiving the right kinds of opportunities, okay? So I don't think it should be a big problem. Your other reflection card, because we didn't talk about this enough already. Ascension into light. Ascension into light. As above, so below. So again, energy of ascension, energy of receiving rewards for overcoming and ascending. Hello. Yes. Do you hear me? Yes. We've been told that already. Sorry, guys, but I have to tie it in again just in case you haven't been paying attention. All right. Last set for reflection. Shakti. Love this card. Lightship Earth. Personal and planetary healing. And Michael Descent. Joyful empowerment. Okay? Bringing them all together for you. Lightship Earth, personal and planetary healing. This means that not only will you be healed, as an individual, but your sign's going to be healed by the shifting of the planetary tide. So somebody else got this too. So I would say for Gemini as a sign in general, the planets are probably going to start favoring you better. Because I'm not sure, I don't pick up on my astrology as much as I used to, but another sign got this too, which would make me think that the planets might have made this situation even harder for you for some reason. And again, if it wasn't, then it might be that you just have a lot of planets and a lot of other signs. Because again, like, I'm a Pisces sun, but I've only got Pisces sun and Mercury. Everything else is Capricorn and Taurus. All right, so if you don't know your full chart, eventually I'll have a video up again about that so you get a resource for it, because there's some great free birth charts to look that stuff up. Shakti. This represents the idea of, like, this sacrificial flame that leads to incredible self-empowerment. It's kind of the idea of the power of a fire that engulfs the past and births the future. Isn't that such a great vision? Love Shakti. But that's the energy of that card. So I would say, all of this healing is being born of, new notions or opportunities for yourself. Because again, I think they will be resultant of the wisdom acquired from the prior period. That big, crazy, everything feels wrong and freaky period that happened in February and March. And that's opening your eyes to better possibilities for yourself. Last one was Michael Descent, Joyful Empowerment. That's self-explanatory. We're already seeing a lot of empowerment in the spread for you, especially here with the Ascension energy and the Good Fortune energy. All right. Action. Interesting. I was not expecting this card at all, and this is the first time it's coming up. Devotion to the small. Gotta say, I gotta start pulling this into some of the other stuff I was telling you. Because remember how I said that during this period, you need to be true to your purest intentions and not try and do things just for the motivation of just money or just status. You need to be true to what's, real in here. Devotion to the small is showing me in April. Okay, you want to be of service to others, and okay, you don't want to step on anything that seems small now, but could wind up becoming powerful later. Because I know that someone I used to know around the sign used to sometimes be so brash that, maybe someone who could have helped you before maybe was somehow turned off and then wouldn't be of service later. I really think that you want to pay close attention to both things that seem little and maybe even people, because I want you to be mindful of that kind of energy. Action being devotion to the small is showing me you want to give more service to both the little things in you that need attention, the little things in life that need attention, and the people who need attention. So if you're in a leadership position, sorry, I got to bring this in because it's popping into my head. If you're in a leadership position, pay close attention to the people who are under you and treat them well. All right? Just had to throw that out there. All right. Now, surprise, surprise, I got to tell this to you guys. This actually comes back in your spread with reaping, which is why it was so important for me to mention that, God. Because this plays into your reaping, which means if you don't pay attention to this, it can cause some mischief. And by mischief, I mean it can cause some trouble for you if you don't pay attention to it. So again, devotion to the small, Whatever that will mean for you, it's going to mean something important because it has to do with what you wind up earning in April. Oh, I love the cycle on this. I think you guys are going to do really well. Okay. Okay, guys. Got this on lock now. And I have to say, funny thing is, you know how I was talking about people and making such a big deal about treating people well and, you know, especially people who might seem smaller or might need help or all that stuff? The people element is huge! And I wouldn't have known that until I just saw this. So here we go, guys. Reaping. This is going to play into your action, though. Don't forget that devotion to the small, okay? Reaping. The clock tower. And liberation. Okay? This is actually really good for you guys because these two paired together shows me you will be cut free and liberated through divine timing that will be occurring in April. So if you've been going through holding patterns or have felt stifled by, you know, various upheavals, hurdles, crises that have happened before, again, you're being cut free now by the divine timing. You're going to, you know, you're going to get some relief. Here's the other one, and this is why it's so important, and it's all about people. The pearl threaded. Guess what this is about? It's about your connections to people. Okay? I was like, why am I making such a big deal about this when I was reading that card? Now I know why. So when it comes to that devotion of the small, you need to become someone who's caring about others who need the help. And again, if it's not about, okay, I gotta be honest, it's about other people. I'm sorry. Like, that's what it's about now. There's no question of it. So whether those people are your friends, are your co-workers, are your family members, you want to be helping people and being a light for other people. Because apparently, you've been overcoming some stuff and doing a damn good job of it, okay? Not everybody. Most people are pretty lucky. But not everybody is, and some people need a helping hand. This is the other major lesson of April for a lot of people. It's not just you. Don't think you're the only person who got this message. The other part of your cycle, in reaping, what does that say? Burning hero? Gee. Cycling with devotion to the small. What was I just talking about? About that idea of if someone's an executive and they should be taking care of the people who work under them? Gee, I wonder why. Because they're intricately involved in helping you achieve success. And they're completely imperative to your success in this period for April. Burning Hero shows me you being a light for others. Okay? So remember, that means taking care of other people too. You know, because if they need it, you've got the strength now to help. So lift a finger, lift a hand, and help. Because again, I remember for the person that I knew, sometimes they would be super supportive and sometimes they'd come off being very brash and you wouldn't know that they cared. Let people know that you care this month, okay? Because this is what they can see in you. And this is how you deserve to be seen. Because I know that Geminis can be, you know, really bold. And in the best sense. So this is what you want to focus on. And this is what you want to be. And you can get there by helping people out. You know, whoever that is in your circle. But remember, it is about people. Pearl threaded. It's about your connections to other people. And, you know, even groups and stuff like that, but I would think it's going to be much more on an individual level. But remember, already, you guys have great energy coming into this. But remember, it doesn't mean anything unless you're not assisting others in April. That's your assignment for April. And it's weird because, I mean, you are one of the few signs that, like, legit have an assignment. But, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the Gemini that I knew and knew like more deeply than maybe another was a very hard worker. And I've known other Geminis that were hard workers too. So I mean, I don't think you're going to shy away from this. But again, you've got this brilliant cycle coming to you in April. Good fortune, mastery. These work together. You get the good fortune when you master yourself and your circumstances. Your reaping is helping others, being a hero, being a light for others, okay? So this is what you want to focus on. And remember, you've got the higher vibration, you've got the ascension energy in your court. Burn away everything that is superficial and that no longer serves you, allowing that to create the fire of new life, new birth, new image even. Because remember, we've got Shakti and we've got Burning Hero. A lot of fire in this month. Okay, guys, and again, you've got the joyful empowerment too. You're holding tons of power in April, so use it wisely and use it well. And I think you will, because this is the way you're seeing the world, the light field. You can see more how you can be of service in the best ways. And again, with all this wisdom in your court, I think you'll handle it really brilliantly. All right, guys, that said, I do personal readings. If you want one, hit the link below. Hope you do. Hope you buy a DLC bracelet. Just kidding, but if you like them, by all means go ahead. And I will see you guys later.